What do you got going on over there? That is loud.
A Coke and a smile.
Hey, everybody.
A Coke and a
Welcome
smile.
back. A Coke and a smile. Wow.
Yes.
All right. I
Happy
got my
Friday.
tea. Happy Friday, TJIF.
I know I'm going to get a lot of slack for Coke is horrible. But
Yes, especially since it's not Mexican Coke
I
or
know.
Israeli Coke or any Coke besides the U.S. Coke.
that's all I got. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday, people. I'm so glad everyone has showed up. I know a lot of you guys have sent out just unbelievable numbers of well wishes for us. As you guys know, that we were getting hit with that hurricane, Milton.
Sorry.
And it was, I wouldn't say uneventful because we got hit. But we probably got gusts of maybe 50, 70 mile per hour winds, somewhere on there. The biggest problem that we had is with these microburst tornadoes. We had a total of like 133 tornadoes in total, which was just absolutely unbelievable. Let me do something, guys, before we say hello to everyone. If you can hear me good, do me a favor and let us know now that you can hear us. And this is the mic that we're on today. I had to redo. Did you just? What the hell was that?
I just want to see if everybody's awake.
Wow. All right. Hello. So, yeah, just let us know that the mic is working. I had to redo the system from scratch. If you watched one of my videos from the beginning of the week before we got hit with this hurricane thing, I was doing some stuff to test out video boards, but it was kind of my fault. I screwed up. I didn't uninstall the I didn't uninstall the NVIDIA drivers before installing an AMD card, and Linux just took a complete dump. So
Did you say dump?
Dump.
Oh, wow.
And it wasn't repairable. And I didn't do all of the backups on it because I am installing a lot of different ones. So I already told a lot of people that I'm not doing any type of, let's call them time machine backups. A lot of people with Mac will know what that is. I'm not doing any of these backups. It's called time shift, but yet until I know which operating system I'm going to stick with. I right now have Linux Mint 22 running with my old GTX 1070 video board. All three of the other video boards, the 3060, the 4060, and the Radeon 7800, all went back. One reason or another. The 7800 just didn't want to work at all with DaVinci. It was pissed. The whole time, it was just pissed. And then the 460, just taking it in and out of the computer, like about 4 times, it stopped working altogether. Some people are like, did you ground yourself? I did, ground strap. Also unplug the computer, let it dissipate. The usual that we do. I've been doing this for 30 years. People? Not yet. Now, everything just completely took a big dump. And it was my fault. Okay, guys?
You're making my head hurt.
So this is a new build. That's what I was saying. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Oh, look, we're pixelated.
Are we pixelated? I love that. So, anyways.
Oh, no.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we look like Minecraft. I like that. That's a good look.
It's a look.
Shannon, what is going on?
Shannon already started off with gifting and you're rambling on. I haven't even said hello to everybody.
Okay, one thing. Shannon, thank you so much for the free look. So
official purple hair in huge dump super chat.
Did you get the official purple hair?
No, yeah,
you did. Yes, you did. I have it up there. I have a headache. So if you guys got I'm not going to read all 50, but if you got a free membership just now, that was from Shannon, say thank you to him because that is a really big deal.
Yes.
It is a really big deal. Yes, all right. Yes, so definitely say thank you. Say hello to everybody.
I'm going to say hi to 83 Jeep.
How you doing, 83 Jeep?
Yes. Hello, George Ordway, Dutch Linux.
Fragile 1976.
Yes. Wendy Hill, Mark Potoknik. I feel like I've said that before, but
have you?
I don't know. Richard.
Dutch Linux.
Yeah, you said that.
Mm-hmm.
Richard. Greetings from Southern Nevada.
How's it going, Richard?
Butch Landers, how you doing, East Texas?
See Wendy Hill in there?
Yeah, Renee Mo from England.
Mo is here.
Travis, how you doing? George Ordway, hello, you're a new member, just in case you didn't know. Hey, Eric Miller, howdy.
Thank you. Love to see the new members on.
Yes. Let me see, because Alan's Watch Channel. Sing it. I tried.
There you go. Arnold Smith. You got Sylvia.
Yes, Rolo, Tomase. Alex Ghost 660.
There we go. Master
like
Matt. Michael Hari.
Yes. Will Bill 9282.
Like it. Will Bill.
I like that. Lee Miller. I love it.
Joseph Keller. How you doing? Eric Miller.
B. Hooper.
Tom Jack. Tom Jack.
That was so... the way you said that. Edgar Zavarsi. Hi. Mike is okay. Hey, John Wolf. How's it going?
There's a lot of people on those free membership lists there. Look at that. There's
Driver,
a ton.
Probably. Oh, that's Mo.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Terrell Smith. How are you? Ryan Hedger. All right. Let me see if we have any questions. And
Yeah, any kind of questions, put a Q before your question.
Also, I don't know where everybody is. Obviously, you guys put in them, but if you guys were affected by any of these crazy storms, I hope that you're hanging in there and doing well. We got lucky. We got very lucky. So
yeah,
thank you to a lot of you that checked in too.
Yeah, it was very, very nice. It was getting so many well wishes from everybody. It's been a real couple of weeks going on.
I'm done with this year.
Yeah,
Like,
we had
seriously
a
done.
funeral to attend that was absolutely devastating. Just a lot going on, and then we had the 2 hurricanes. This hurricane literally ran over our daughter's location, and my daughter and son-in-law basically came to us and was here during the hurricane. So that was
last minute.
Last minute, they headed
So
out.
one time that I'm glad that the other one is in Texas.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
So that was just but like I said before, the number of the tornadoes is what really did it. No one has ever seen the number of tornadoes spawned out of a hurricane before. Once again, 130, I think it's 133 or 136 tornadoes. We actually saw some of them. My son and I was like within, I don't know, a quarter of a mile of one. Son-in-law driving in the car.
I was driving when
Yeah.
I was driving towards it. Did not realize that the reason the lights on the
Weren't
road.
working.
No. The lights on the road were popping off and smoking. Is because it was a tornado, but with the clouds, like you couldn't really tell.
It was a massive tornado, actually, really, really massive bottom to it. So,
Anyways, let's backtrack here. Let me see if I can find some questions, comments.
Mark, thank you for the super chat. Really appreciate that. Thank you
very much.
Thank you.
Shannon said, "Is there a way we can sign up for how to survive a tornado class?" That would
Yeah,
be
we're
a good
going
one.
to do an ebook, How to Survive a Tornado.
I don't
It's
even know.
it's just amazing to me where you can have a hurricane that has, let's say, 100 mile per hour winds, 120 mile per hour winds, but a tornado will have just 120, 200 plus mile per hour winds because it's so focused and so tight. Our son's teacher had his house completely wiped out, all the windows blown out, everything from the inside outside, and it literally lifted 3 cars from the front and then deposited those 3 cars to the back of the house. Just think about the amount of power there has to be in this tornado to lift an entire vehicle, 3, not even just 1, 3 off the ground, 4,000 pounds each, maybe more, and then deposit them on the other side of the house. It's unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable. And see, here in Florida, it's not like if you are in a region that gets a lot of tornadoes where you have these tornado shelters, you go underneath the ground.
I mean, we
there is
get
no
them,
under the
but
ground in
yeah,
Florida.
no,
You go underneath like a chair or something.
Yeah.
There is no under the ground
There's
because this
nothing.
water level is like 2 feet down and you hit water, right? Because we're sitting on a peninsula in the middle of the ocean by 700 miles. So anyways, yeah, we don't have storm shelters here. So go ahead.
Yeah. 83 Jeep.
Yes.
How's Speedify?
Speedify. So I was installing Speedify on Linux before I blew out the entire system. So I'm going to do it again coming up this week. and then I'll talk about it on how to do it. It's not that big of a deal. Yeah, you have to go through a little bit of a process. It's not just like downloading an exe like on a Windows machine. You have to do a little bit to get it to work. But I was doing it, and then I just got sidetracked, and then I blew up the system because I'm an idiot. So there you go.
John Wolf, you got lucky. I was watching live stream downtown as flooded. Yes, we did get very lucky.
Very, very lucky.
Let's see. Dutch Linux, always remove drivers before switching GPU drivers or it may blow.
And it blew. It was my fault. I was stupid. I mean, it is what it is, you know. Just a quick second of not thinking, and that's what ends up happening, you know. So it was my fault. I don't blame Linux for it.
Mo said compatibility driver probably from RAM.
It could be. So the way AMD works is like the drivers, the OpenCL drivers are baked into the kernel, whereas like with NVIDIA drivers or proprietary drivers, you load into the system. So it was like a conflict between what was baked into the kernel and the drivers that we had before, and I couldn't even fix the kernel. The kernel was just pissed. And I tried switching the cards to see if I can like fake it out into believing that, everything is okay. It's like, no, you screwed me up. I'm not fixing. And I just had to reinstall. It is what it is.
Sorry, John. John's coming for you, John Wolf.
No problem, John.
He said it didn't take you 2 years to fix the roof.
It did not take me 2 years.
Thank God.
That is right. Thanks, John. I appreciate that. Yeah, I was up there. My son-in-law and I were up there. Matter of fact, I think I put it in today's video. In today's video, you can see me and him up there at the top peak of the roof. Something hit, and it had to hit hard at about 2 a.m. My son said it woke him up. He thought that the roof was coming in. So something like sliced like the peak of the roof and took off about 12 to 15 tiles.
Mind you, we were all sleeping in the living room together. Like we were watching the news and we all fell asleep, on the separate couches and stuff. So I think he went to take a shower. We still had power, luckily, or something.
Yeah,
and then
we still
he fell
power.
asleep, and then it would just happen.
Yeah, and
we
put.
We kind of camped out in the living room.
Yeah, we camped out in the living room. I put the storm shutters. We put the storm shutters on the back side, on the west side of the house, where the hurricane was coming, and then wrapped them around so that side was completely safe. I mean, those things you can just shoot a tree at it and it'll just bang off it. So we were like a tank. So we were okay unless the roof came off. We were good. But yeah, something damn hit the roof and it hit it hard.
Yeah, so it took hard. 15 shingles?
Probably shingles off the top, but they're fixed.
But
so
that was it.
That was it.
Compared
then
to
all
other
the
people,
trees and the branches and all the rest of this stuff.
Yeah.
And the good part about it too is we didn't get the wet side of the storm. Usually the wet side of the storm is the east, so the southeast side is really, really wet and powerful. This storm was odd. It was more on the north side of the storm. So we were on the south. We didn't get much weather. It was actually being pulled and funneled away from us. So we got probably maybe, half a foot of rain or something. We got a lot of rain, but not what we could have got if we were on the other side.
Yeah,
so we were very fortunate. And then there's another hurricane coming now. What the hell is that?
I told you and you ignored me, and then you guys took the shutters off.
I can't have those things on there. I feel like claustrophobic. You look out the window, there's no windows. It's literally black during the day.
Then don't complain if you got to put them back up. So,
okay.
Renee
How you doing,
said, it seems Starlink is throttling congestion areas. We haven't been above 100 megabytes in over a week. It sucks, Mississippi. Yeah,
100 megabits per second down. That happens. And it's possible that they're throttling to make sure that the people in the stricken areas get plenty of coverage. So we'll see what ends up happening with that. I'm sure that will slowly dissipate as more and more gets fixed. I mean, right now, what was it, 3 million in Florida without power? What was it, some crazy amount?
So as of this morning, because I get up like really early, so when I left the house, it was 3.4 million without power, but tonight I heard it was down to 2.
So 2 million people.
The amount of linemen that we have, even in our neighborhood, because if a frog farts, we lose
Power's
power. Okay, it does not matter. We've been out here 27 years, whatever. But thank God we didn't lose power. But obviously other people did, because when I came home from work, there were linemen working out there.
Yep.
And I gotta give DeSantis. He's always the OG, man.
Yeah, he brings in linemen we actually have linemen came in from Canada.
Like we're lucky. We're just lucky
Really?
in Florida, really.
Yeah, absolutely.
Joe DeSalvatore. Thank you very much for the super chat. Hope this is enough to buy you and wife coffee at Starbucks. Y'all are the GOAT for relevant, truthful info.
Thank you so much, Joe.
We try.
That is really, really sweet.
I think sometimes people will be like, "You guys need to shut up. Y'all are too much." Fab, you're too much.
And I try always being like center. Sometimes I'll lean right. Sometimes I'll look at the left, and I'll be like,
"It has to do with our
look at the RFK thing. I mean, when he was a Democrat, RFK, before he went to independent, well, now he's going with Trump, but before he went, even when he was a Democrat, I always said to you, I like RFK. I thought he has like some good ideas. So I don't really care. I listen to everything. Mark, thank you so much for the super chat. That is awesome.
Yes, thank you.
Really appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
All right, let me get down and dirty here.
Get some questions.
Dutch, if I can stay awake, LOL, 2:37 a.m. should be in dreamland. Yes.
I hear
also, I did see, and I didn't get to the question real quick, but have you talked to Peter?
I have not talked to Peter. Has anyone talked to Peter?
You need
Let
to
us
follow
know.
up with Peter.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to write to Peter.
Because we haven't heard from him.
Yeah, we haven't. The last time I heard from him, he said he was good. He was okay. He just came out of the hospital. And then that same day, I said, don't. It was a Friday. I said, you don't need to come online, or whatever. He came online, and we saw him in the chat. And everyone gave, wished him well wishes to him, blessings and whatnot. But since then, that's like a week and a half ago or so, I haven't heard from him. So I'm going to write to him and see what's going on with Peter. And then I'll let you guys know. Hopefully everything is good.
Yes. So in lieu of that, if you have a question, please put a big capital Q or a couple of Qs just so that they pop out for me. Or you can at JCristina also on the chat.
Absolutely. Before you go into more questions, I just want to tell you guys, listen, Sunday, according to what I just read on Elon Musk's X, on his page, he's stating that, quote, "It looks like Starship might fly on Sunday. This is the largest and most powerful flying object ever made at more than double the thrust of the Saturn V moon rocket. We will try to catch it upon return to launch site using the Mechazilla arms like giant chopsticks, like Karate Kid. I always call them the chopsticks or the salad tongs. Mechazilla is what they call it. So possibly Sunday. And if this does happen on Sunday, I will be here, all right? And probably about 30 minutes before launch, maybe an hour before launch. And then I'll be here a half an hour probably after launch. And we will talk and just chit-chat it up because this is big. This is going to be the biggest of all of the IFTs to fly. This number 5 is so big, and the reason being is they're going to attempt to catch that super heavy in those salad tongs. If they don't get it to work, that thing blows up, it's going to take out the entire pad there, all right? So this is a really big thing. And we
don't need any more blow-ups of taking things out.
But not only are they going to bring it back on automation, right, through AI and all the rest of the computer-driven automation to bring it back, they're also going to have a human on board at the center saying yay or nay to bringing it back. So they're going to have the computer, and then they're going to have a human actually double-check the computer to say yes or no to be able to bring this back or not. So this is really, really big. And I want to read to you what SpaceX says on their site when we're done going through some of these questions. She kicked me. So
wait, that was for...
Was that a good transaction? A little transition as you freaking slammed me?
Was for
and you guys see this jar? And I'm like, as she finishes reading what she needs to read.
That was Welch's Sun Farm. How's that good-looking lady? LOL, kick him now. So I did.
Thanks.
All right, so the Art of News, thank you so much for gifting 50 memberships.
Wow.
If you are getting these 50 memberships, please take a look and reach out and say thank you to the Art of News.
Thank you so much
That
for
is
that.
amazing.
Wow.
Thank you so much. Someone had asked about how they get a free membership, and this is
Yeah, so just so you know, Shannon has looked into this before, and there's no
it randomly does it, right?
Actually, no. The free membership works in a way that if you have been, let's say, a member with the show for a while, or if you interact with videos, thumbs up videos, or any kind of interaction, it puts you first, let's say. It moves you up the spot. So when a free membership is given, usually those people are the ones that will get it first. This is what Shannon found out. So I think it was really interesting because I thought it was just random also, but it's not random. So kind of cool.
Thank you, the Art of News, for
say
that
thank
super
you
chat. Thank
absolutely.
you. We appreciate it.
So awesome. So awesome.
Huge.
Huge.
Okay, hold on. Let me backtrack here.
I see a PSA from Mo World here. It says, PSA, if you have found a question, please put a Q in front or
Thanks,
the...
Mo.
Thanks, Mo. Appreciate that. Doing the union buddy's job. Peter, where are you, Peter? You better be safe and sound, Peter.
I'm serious. We can't handle no more. So get
No
it
more
together.
problems.
Yeah.
No more issues.
Hold on. I'm just looking for. Okay.
I am listening. I'm
Ian,
going to start reading, and if I start reading,
you
then
can't read because
Okay,
you're
I'm not
just
gonna read.
grabbing random stuff. Then why am I here?
Okay.
Stay in your lane.
Did she just tell me to stay in my lane?
Yes. Ian, good evening. I wasn't sure if you'd be on tonight with a hurricane. Good to see you. Thank you, Ian. We're here.
We didn't even know if we were going to have power.
I know, we didn't. And so we're here. I didn't know if I internally was going to have power. I fell
That's
asleep.
kinda true.
I fell asleep on the couch. Dragon Eggs, checking in. You guys looking great. Wasn't there a launch today?
There could have been. I was really busy today with all kinds of stuff that was going on. And putting out that video last minute, as you can see from today. Yeah, it was a day. It was a day.
Ty Carter. Ty, I know you're in North Carolina, Eastern North Carolina. Glad you both made it through the storm.
Thank
I hope
you so
you're
much.
faring well. Man, my heart goes out to North Carolina. I've been keeping up. It's just, I didn't want to get into it because it's just a lot.
Really bad. Really bad.
Paul, good to see you both on and safe. Thank you, Paul Hill. Alan's Watch channel. We lost power for 7 days. Glad we had whole house generator and Starlink. That's amazing.
That's awesome.
I want that. That is awesome. Let's see. Planet Earth, a nice wood fire. I know, isn't it cozy?
Yeah, you see that?
It's a little
back there?
cozy.
Have to change it up. It is season now. We need more spooky-ooky back there.
I know.
All
John Wolf, what about the guy that was found 30 miles out in the ocean? Oh, I didn't hear that.
I didn't even hear about that.
John,
Someone was found in the ocean
you always
30
find
miles
these
out?
tidbits of info. Put the link or something. I didn't know about that. Hypercanes, hypernados. Yes.
Way too many NATOs over here. Way too many.
Let's see. Phil Kressler, I got picked up by a tornado when it destroyed my school here in Indiana. I survived, thank God.
Wow.
Oh, God.
That's a story to tell right there. Whew.
Eric, I was told that people decided they would have a hurricane party in 1969, Hurricane Camille in South Mississippi. They didn't make it. Oh,
yes.
horrible.
Yeah. Camille was a massive hurricane for sure.
Mr. Akpig, sorry. Afternoon from snowy North Slope, Alaska. My drink of the afternoon is Tundra Mud Coffee. Oh, wow.
Oh, Tundra Mud Coffee.
Wendy Hill. Anyone who has played with their system, testing and tweaking, has trashed 1 or 5 installs.
Yes. That's just the way it is. And that's why you need to... I'm going to eventually put time shift on board so that I don't have to worry about it. Basically what it does is it takes snapshots, just like Time Machine does for Apple. It's the same thing. It's called Time Shift. It's built into it, and it'll take snapshots of your operating system whenever you want it to, or continuously every day or every hour, or however you want it to do. And it's incremental. So if you didn't change anything, it's going to take a snapshot of basically, like a tiny, tiny, tiny file. So it works out really well. But once again, I didn't start doing this as of yet because I have not said this is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to stay with Linux Mint. So I want to test out 2 more operating systems or 2 more distros before I say Mint is it. So we'll see. I did test out during this whole downtime Ubuntu 24.4.1, and I also tested out Fedora 40. And while they both worked, they both failed with that video card, that 7800 video card. So I'm like, that's it. Went back to Mint, stuck in my old video card, and here we are, able to actually conduct business again. So.
Mr. Abkit, getting ready for the winters in Alaska, high winds, whiteout conditions. I think we're going to have a rough winter this year. I wouldn't doubt it with the way things are. Stay warm, stay safe.
Yeah.
Mick Pletcher, I fabricated my own steel window shutters for our weekend shipping container home that work perfect for protecting the inside of the house during tornadoes. Wow, that's
sweet.
Really
that works.
Cool.
Yep.
Eric, Joseph, do you see satellite connectivity on your cell phone?
I do not. I was going to do that the other day and see if it actually shows up or not. The problem is it's very difficult because if I shut off, I'm going to do it right now. On my phone, I just shut off everything. Okay, I didn't put it on the airplane mode because once you go to airplane mode, it like shuts everything down. So I'm going to see if this thing will actually pull up anything. But I'm indoors right now, so it might not. But I'm just going to leave it off. So we'll see what ends up happening. Supposedly, the DTC or the direct to cell is working in areas that were hit with the hurricane. Obviously, our area was, but for how long, I don't know. Supposedly, it is also working up there in North Carolina, where it's devastated. It's supposed to be still working. I was reading an article today that really pissed me off that was saying that Elon Musk said that he was giving like a month free to people, and now all of a sudden, he's giving the month free, but now he wants payment for the system going forward. Well, if he's going to give you a month free, you're still going to have to pay for the system, even if you are in a devastated area. The one thing that he did do is instead of you having to pay up front, he made it you have to pay it 30 days later. So what that means is you can get one of the systems in, and then you can activate it without having a credit card, and it will just simply work. And you don't even have to pay them. So it will work for those 30 days. But of course, when the 30 days is up, you're going to have to pay for the system and then pay for your coverage. So, there's only so much the man can do. He does a lot as it is, but this is the type of rhetoric that you hear from mainstream media. Any type of dig that they can do, they do without having context. That's the whole thing. Nothing is contextual. They always they put things out there, whereas they're like half-truths. Whereas, yes, it's true, but okay, well, what's the rest of it? And that's what I like doing on this channel, is giving you the rest of it so then you can decide. Anyways, that just pissed me off today. I didn't even do a video on it, but I was going to. I said, I'll talk to you guys about it on Friday, not tonight. And there we did.
Mo said, I'm just like Joe. I'm a centered, listen to whatever everyone says and make my observations that way.
Yeah, I'm not going to follow the beaten path of everyone else. I'm just going to,
John said on Sunday at your state, NASA having a launch going up, probably next door. Friend kid is going to the event.
Okay.
Yes. Mark, I've been away. My wife had a double mastectomy, trying to catch up. Mark, sending her all the good vibes for recovery.
Yes.
Thanks for being here. George Burns, I just did a download while watching the stream. I got 305 down, 20 up. I'm in North Carolina. Nice.
North Carolina getting 300 down and 20 up with SpaceX Starlink. That's awesome. Great to hear. That's great.
Let me see. I'm just going down. Hillbilly in Asia. Hi, y'all.
Hillbilly in Asia. I like it.
Yeah. Maine Bob O'Connor, hello from China, Maine, USA.
From China, wow.
Wow.
How are you doing?
Mo wants to know, how is your flu? Well, if you can hear us, we're still like...
Yeah. I've been...
And this whole, with these storms, like it just, the air just picks stuff up. It just, yeah.
And Fab has to get up early in the morning, so I've been sleeping on the couch so I don't wake her up because I have this like glue.
Ew, why are you telling people that?
It's just horrible. And it's bad. The Art of News,
Wait.
huge.
You're going to get a bullshit meter
Huge.
for
You going to give me a bullshit meter? Where is it? I don't see it.
I took it away. Put it up. I took it away.
Anyway, thank you for the super chat there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
Wait, you got a super
bad.
Chat?
Yeah, we see the super chat here.
No, I already called that one out.
Oh, you did? Oh, okay. So you're ahead of me.
Of
Wow.
course. So that's why you can't jump in. You can't just jump in. That's like the person that's driving and wants to cut you off without a blinker. That's you. You're that dude.
It's kind of like a backseat
You're
driver.
that guy.
Is
You're
a backseat
Joe,
driver?
that guy.
I am that guy.
You're that guy.
I am that guy.
Yes, it's worse than the backseat driver.
Baja Racing, thank you for the super chat.
Sabalar said, you said a human on board. Yes.
Another 50 free memberships from Shannon.
He's got
My God. Shannon, thank you so much.
Welch and Sun Farm said, good job, kiddo. JC, you had 3 weeks of kicks coming.
Yes.
I know, I really haven't been doing it. I need to keep up. Let's see. Play it for tradition. It's kind. Memberships that you guys are gifting. Thank you.
So good. So nice. Really do appreciate it. It means a lot. It really does.
Yeah, it really does.
What did he say?
Everybody. I'm just trying to read through some of these, but again, if you guys have like actual questions, put a Q in the front. 100 little details. Was there any damage from hurricane at the Cape launch facilities?
I don't believe so. I didn't hear anything about any damage. And I think the reason behind that is because, remember, it came in through the Gulf. And by the time it gets 300 miles to the other side, it slowed down a lot. So it came in at, a Cat 3, I think it was, right? A Cat 3?
Yeah.
By the time it got to the other coast, it was probably tropical or maybe a Cat 1. So a Cat 1 is nothing. That's like 75 mile per hour. I mean, we say it's nothing because we're in Florida and we get some crazy ass shit here, right?
Yeah.
So if you had 75, 80 mile per hour winds, you would think that like your house is coming down or something. But they build these homes here all made out of cinder block, rebar. The trusses are nailed with a specific number of nails after Hurricane Andrew. If you guys remember, I don't know if you guys remember Andrew.
90s.
That just like tore up shit. But yeah, so there's a lot of hurricane code now here. That's why a lot of the houses remain standing, besides tornadoes, which just take everything out. Doesn't matter what you do. Anyways.
Again, if you Shannon is gifting
Yes.
memberships, so if you happen to get one, please reach out and say thank you. Thank you, Shannon, for
Thank you very much.
gifting all this fun stuff.
Shannon
and
says,
for the super
testing.
chat.
1, 2, 3.
I love it. Let's see.
Oh, man. Shannon, I know
Nick?
your accounts, sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. You have to switch accounts because of YouTube and all their rules and regulations. I feel you. I don't even know. I do not know.
Hillbilly in Asia, SpaceX Starship Flight 5. Great, this is happening.
Yeah, I want to get into that as soon as you go through some more of the
Okay.
questions. Honey Badger said, how are you guys doing? We're hanging in there. We are getting it done is what's happening over here. We kind of cleaned up everything after the hurricane deal went through and the tornadoes and all that stuff. We're just trying to get through this cold nonsense, and then we'll be 100%.
Shannon said, PSA, I hate YouTube. They are moderating my wallet.
They will moderate anything, right?
Mick Pletcher, look into buying a Generlink. I was talking
Which
to
one?
someone about that Generlink that makes hooking up your generator to the whole house a breeze. I think it's
Generlink,
I think
okay.
it's a Don't you get it installed like on the side of the house or
Yeah.
something, and like it's almost
Then
like an outlet? And
you could
just
probably
plug it in?
you could probably backfeed your
I
generators
think
into it.
so.
Probably, yeah.
I think that's what it is, but correct me.
I
if
did
I'm
my
wrong.
own Genelink. It was
Yeah, that
actually
was-
a
yeah.
Joe Link
Yeah, oh
that
my
I
God.
produced.
You guys,
and,
that was not okay.
that's when we had 21 days of no power.
Yeah. I mean, we were desperate, so
Yeah.
but that was not okay.
I put
though.
together.
There was duct tape. That's all
I
I'm
would-
gonna say. A lot of duct tape happening.
It was a Joe Link, and it just freaking worked. We
did.
had power from 2 generators going, backfed
Yeah,
through
we were
the
able to shower.
backfed through the dryer connector, the little dryer port, right? That's where I put the feed
You know,
in.
when they tell you that's a no-no, you're
Don't
gonna
do
blow
that,
up the
right?
house.
I had like thick 220 thick ass cable going into the house, into the dryer port, back feeding. Yeah. Anyways, that was the Joe Link. Yep.
Maine Bob O'Connor, Asheville, wicked bad. My niece lives there.
Oh my God, I can't.
She made it to
imagine.
her mother's house in South Carolina. Thank God. It's awful.
Thank God.
I wish. God, I wish I had more.
Yeah.
John, he called that his boat. I don't know. Why is this thing here?
I don't know. Don't ask me craziness.
Okay, he called that his boat broke down before the hurricane. They found him the next day
Oh,
on an
okay.
ice chest. Oh my God, that's
crazy.
crazy. Mickey D, time shift is awesome. I love it when I'm putting a bunch of packages in temporarily to test. Then I can back it to a clean Linux system. Used external HD.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. I already have. I have a board, like a card in the computer right now that has the ability to take 4 of the little M2s, little NVMe little cards, right? And I have 2 terabytes in there right now, so I can put another 3 of them in there. So I can have a total of 8 terabytes in this card alone. So I have this in there already. And then I have the one that has the operating system on it. So I'm going to use that, I believe, as a backup location. But we'll see. We'll see what ends up happening. Once again, I'm going to try 1 more or 2 more operating systems or OSs or distributions, and then we'll install the time shift.
Renee wants to know what your current speed test at your location is.
I can't do it right now, but I've been getting an average of about 200. So it'd be like sometimes 250, sometimes 170. Maybe I'll do a video on it and talk about it. Let me also right now. Where is it? I'm going to pull up a ping.
Sleazy wants to know if they're going to are they going to catch the booster on Sunday?
Yes, they are going to attempt to catch the booster. So let me just read this a little tidbit. Until my voice goes. So let me switch this over so you guys can see it. So this is SpaceX's website. And you can see it says Starship 5th flight test. Now, this is really important. I'm just going to read a little bit of this to you because this is what they're working on. It says Starship 5th test flight could launch as soon as October 13th. Now, Elon Musk just said that is most likely going to happen. Pending regulatory approval, always regulatory approval. A live webcast of the flight test will begin 30 minutes before the liftoff, which you can watch on X, yada, 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 yada. Flight 4 was a tremendous success. A fully successful ascent was followed by the first ever booster soft landing in the Gulf of Mexico and Starship making it through a brilliant re-entry before its own landing, burn, and splashdown in the Indian Ocean. That's all good. Now what's going on for 5? Here you go. The 5th flight test of Starship will aim to take another step towards fully and rapid reusability. This is what is so important about that catch that will most likely be attempted on Sunday. We will see. The primary objective will be attempting the first ever return to launch site and catch of the Super Heavy booster and another Starship re-entry and landing burn, aiming for an on-target splashdown of Starship in the Indian Ocean. Now, this is what's very important. The Super Heavy right? That booster rocket ended up landing within centimeters of where it's supposed to land. So they figure if it can do that in the ocean, we're going to try bringing it back. That's why they're doing it. Now, Starship was not that great. Okay, it had a fin that was burning off. It was kind of like it was a mess, okay? But it still was able to right itself and land softly in the ocean, but it did it like a mile off. Not a centimeter off, a mile off. So it was just a hot mess. So what they're trying to do is get now the Starship to land in the exact spot that they want it to. So then the next time on IFT-6, they can actually bring back the booster and then bring back the Starship also. That would be amazing. So we'll see what ends up happening. If you guys want to read some more of that, you can, but it goes into telling you about what the goal is of this mission, and also that NASA really wants this to go through. Because remember, SpaceX is the ones that have been commissioned by NASA for their Artemis mission to be able to get these people to the moon, right? So they really need Starship to work and work well. If not, they're not going to be on their timeline to be able to get the people they want to the moon before China does. That's the goal. This China. The same thing holds true way back in 1969, right? When JFK was like, look, we need to go to the moon. Not because, it's an easy thing to do, but because it's hard. And that's what we need to do today. And that's exactly what's going on. So they're trying to move this up, right? They're trying to speed things up. And the only way that they can do it is just to get out of the way of Elon Musk, SpaceX, Starlink, and SpaceX themselves to be able to do all the stuff that they do, to be able to get out of the way so that they can actually launch, let's say, quicker. Instead of like this launch is supposed to be going off on Sunday, right? But it was not supposed to go off until the end of November. They were pushing it back because of why? Environmental issues.
It's always about the environment.
Environmental issues.
Only when it's beneficial.
Yes. And if it's not beneficial, yeah. So,
okay, moving
go
on.
ahead.
83G should have done Kubuntu instead of Ubuntu.
Yeah, I'm just not a fan of KDE, or I would have.
Dutch Linux, you have to get the latest AMD drivers for the AMD site itself.
I did.
They work the ones in the kernel are old.
Yeah, no, I agree. But yeah, I did.
Renee, are you in the area that is getting Starlink free for the month?
No, that's going to be like North Carolina. I believe that's where it will be.
John wants to know a question. Can you use Stream the Game with the operating systems you're using?
So hold on just a second. I have 2 bars right now, Fab. I got 2 bars and I am not connected to anything.
Yeah,
so,
I do too.
No. But I have everything off. So I got no Wi-Fi on.
Shut it off.
I got no cell. I got no nothing. But I got 2 bars. My understanding was, okay. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to
Are they pushing stuff through anyways?
No. So I'm going to text you just test.
I'm busy. I'm doing stuff.
Yeah. Now look, I text and you can see it is green.
Oh, it went through.
Did it go through?
Yeah.
I just text.
So they're pushing it through.
Yeah. So there you go, guys. Here, matter of fact,
Actually, but over here on my thing, it came black. See?
Yeah. See that, guys? Look at this.
That guy Joe.
Yeah. So there you go. It says test. It's in green instead of blue. But guess what? I just text through SpaceX Starlink's DTC service. So that means that, yes, they are providing it. And, guys, what is so mission critical here, and what's such a big thing, is when this all happened, I said, listen, I know Elon Musk is going to give SpaceX Starlink to all of the people, okay, for all of the responders. I know he's going to do it because he does it for other countries. He's going to do it here. I don't have a problem with that. And I know that it's going to work out well for those first responders. I know it's going to work out well for the first responders. But the problem here is now, how about the people that don't have power and that can't get a SpaceX Starlink, or they're not close to someone that has a SpaceX Starlink? Then what? I said, listen, they need to open up, the FCC needs to open up the DTC service to all of the people in North Carolina so they can just do what I just did and text a friend or loved one when there's no, yes.
Let's not even get into that when they're not even letting some people get in with supplies, okay? I'm just saying.
That's kind of true.
You're asking for way too much.
Asking way too much. But I said, listen, they not only need to open up the DTC service, but what they need to do is open up the DTC service not just to T-Mobile, because T-Mobile and Starlink, they have that combined handshake, right, where all of this DTC is going to go through T-Mobile, and that's it. They need to open it up to all networks. Now, we have proof, as of right this moment, that it is opened up to all networks. And the reason being is I'm on AT&T, and it's working. So that is a really big thing. That is a really, really big thing. So anyways, the bottom line is they've actually done something that made half a sense, because they not only just released the DTC to everyone that has T-Mobile, but also everyone that has all other networks through in these areas that have been hit with hurricanes. So that's really cool. Anyways.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Wendy Hill. I've got Linux and AMD to work with DaVinci, but it is a pain using a 3060 Ti, but I need a bigger card. 4K monitors, a DaVinci equals maxing out the GPU.
Yeah, it's so yeah, you can go with a bigger card. So the problem that I have with DaVinci Resolve and AMD is just simply this. AMD is a better card for gaming. It is a stronger card. Instead of doing like 128-bit RAM or 192-bit, it does 256-bit. You know, it's just a better card, a stronger card. You're going to get more frames per second with an AMD card, okay? That's fine for games. But DaVinci Resolve doesn't give a crap. And that's the problem that I have. DaVinci Resolve they do love CUDA. They love the CUDA cores. They love the NVIDIA drivers. They just love NVIDIA. So it works better. It works faster. It is smoother. Whereas with the AMD cards, you need so much more power to equal what you can get out of an NVIDIA card. So 800 or something like that. But it's kind of up to you. I don't know if it's something that you would want to do, but it would definitely speed things up, let's just say.
All right. Honey Badgers, how you doing? We're doing good, thank you. I'm glad you're here. Main Bob O'Connor, following behind you in the switch from years of Windows, and PC can't be upgraded from 10 to 11, so it will be Linux. Thanks for all your testing. We'll wait for your final decision. Aussie 2.
Thank you for that. Yes, you're right. Going from 10 to 11 is not the thing. Not the thing. You need to get away from Windows from 10. If you go into 11, you're going to have that recall shit, that Copilot Plus crap, and every other piece of spyware directly from Microsoft that there is, where it's taking snapshots of your screen every 1 to 2 or 3 seconds or whatever. It is malware. It is spyware at this point.
Thanks, Shannon, for the super chats.
Shannon
said, did you just admit publicly that your phone is on AT&T? That's almost as bad as publicity supporting K8.
You are quite right.
Yes.
You are quite right. I almost felt ashamed. I felt dirty when I said AT&T. I felt like sticky. Like I need I need a shower. Right.
You're on next level tonight.
Sorry. I felt sticky, and.
Shut up.
I'm just telling you. I just felt like
Don't
this.
Tell me. Don't
icky.
tell them. Just say icky. That's it.
Icky. But yes, we're still on AT&T. I'm going to move to T-Mobile. We had T-Mobile, but T-Mobile screwed me hard. And I said, you know what? I have to give you like 6 months for me to like just get my head around how just stupid you are. So I don't know. I'll probably go back to T-Mobile, but we currently have T-Mobile home internet that works out great. So, but yes, I feel ick.
You're gross. Aussie to you, Tyrone, North Carolina. When Helene hit in North Carolina, our phones showed SOS. I have an iPhone 12, so couldn't try satellite texting.
Yeah, so if you have an iPhone, when it says SOS,
Hold on,
yeah.
John said on the iPhone you can try satellites demo.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, the SOS, you'll see SOS on an iPhone when you have no service. It will pop up as literally it will say SOS.
Flying Pretzel, thanks for the super chat.
From Texas,
From Texas.
the Flying Pretzel.
The Lone Star State.
Yes.
All right, hold on. It scrolled, I have like,
Shannon, you called
I
me
lost
out.
my place.
You called me out.
he did.
He did. He
It's
came
funny.
for me.
That's funny shit. That's good. Hold on. I lost my
George
spot.
says, I highly recommend stocking the flex tape. Tape windows and doors. But that's true. That stuff is crazy. Absolutely crazy.
Okay, fishing, skiing a wild. How do you activate time shift in Mint? Once you need to load one. Very new to Linux, but though I would try after watching some of your video.
All right, so hang in there. I will do a time shift in Mint. Okay, I will do it. Maybe I'll do one this coming week. All right, and I'll install time shift, even though I'm not sure if I'm going to stick with Mint or not, but I'll install it.
Okay.
Especially, you know what I'm thinking about? I'm going to be installing a new card, a 4060 Ti 16 gigabyte. I'm going to install that on Monday. So I will do an install of time shift before installing that card. In case I break something, I can go backwards. All right. So maybe I'll do that video on Monday for you. So hang tight for that.
Bernadette Wendell Alexander.
How you doing, Bernadette?
That is awesome. They never have anything good to say about Elon, but we know who the good ones are. We do know who the good ones are.
You know,
no one's perfect,
yeah.
but we know who the good ones are.
The ones don't need to say that they're good. They just do good things. It's pretty easy.
Yeah.
Right?
George Ardway. Dang it, late, but had some good time
Glad you're here.
with my neighbor's grandchild. Oh,
That's
nice.
fun.
We're jealous.
That's fun. Jealous,
because
yes.
some of our grandchildren have to be far, far and away in the Lone Star State.
Yes, yes.
I'm not salty at all. No,
She's
I'm
not salty.
fine. I'm fine. Thank God for FaceTime. That's all I got to say.
FaceTime works.
Yes.
For sure.
Dutch said I get 500 up, 500 down with the cable TV company here.
That's awesome. That's awesome. As long as cable TV is working, cable is great. I've always said it. Cable has thick coaxial cable. It is thick. You could just increase the amps, let's say, the load on that thing, and increase speeds. That's one thing that AT&T was not able to do, is they used the little twisted pair, like Cat 3 piece of crap line, whereas coaxial cable is thick, and it will work all the way up to a gigabit. You could probably do a gigabit through and maybe even a little bit higher. It depends on how many people are on the network. So yeah, it's good stuff. It's good stuff for sure. AT&T is getting away from copper altogether. They're sending people either to go on their 5G networks, right, using their tower, or on fiber. And they haven't been dropping fiber, so I guess a lot of people are going to be on 5G because DSL and UVerse is going the way of the dodo bird. They're getting rid of it. So.
Okay. Rabbi Dan Stitt.
How you doing, Rabbi?
Switched to Linux years ago, never looked back. I can't stand Windows. My drink Earl Grey tea. I love it.
Oh, great. Good stuff.
Let's
Love
see.
Bergamot.
Low Tech Greg, what's up?
How you doing, Low Tech?
I just got a new laptop, AMD CPU, Radeon iGPU. Mint has no problem with them, no extra drivers or anything.
No, that's true, because the AMD drivers are built into the core, into the kernel. But those drivers are a little bit older, so if you want more performance, you can download the proprietary drivers from AMD's website for your specific card, and you're going to squeeze a little bit more speed out of it. But yes, they work. It's just DaVinci Resolve, for example, doesn't like OpenCL. It just doesn't like AMD stuff as much as it likes NVIDIA. That's basically it.
Yes. All right. Bill Watkins, just saw this.
How you
Glad
doing, Bill?
you're doing okay after the hurricane. We are.
Yes,
Thank you very
thank
much,
you,
Bill. Thanks
thank
for
you.
being here. Richard Footed, the guy 30 miles out was out fishing in the storm, ended up clinging to his fishing cooler for 18 hours.
Jeez.
Coast Guard helicopters found him because he had
Why are you fishing with a hurricane coming?
EPIRBWTH. What the hell, him? I don't know what the hell it is, but that's
I don't
crazy.
know, but yeah, that's just
crazy that they even
Don't go
Can
fishing
you
when a
imagine?
hurricane's coming. What are you, stupid?
Yeah, but the oceans, like, oh, I can't.
That's just
That's
crazy.
crazy.
I don't even know how that's even possible. Mick said that the Jenna Link or the Joe Link cost about $1,000. Yeah, mine was free, but yeah, $1,000. And
See, you
the thing
just
is,
jumped way down.
oh no, I
ahead
just saw
yeah,
that.
Yeah,
I
you're
just saw
doing
it.
that thing.
Did I do it?
Yeah,
Okay,
you
I'm
just
sorry.
cut into the lane in front
I
of
cut.
me again.
I cut.
Yeah, without your blinker in my lane.
I cut in front. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You just need to calm down.
I'm calm.
Happy Gilmore. Alan's watch channel, speed test on Starlink, 130 and 20 up.
That's not bad.
Radioactive Texan, Shannon is Santa Claus of this channel. He really
Shannon
is.
is the bomb.
He is. It's awesome.
Shannon's the man.
Let's see. 83 Jeep, speed test, latency 36, down 416, up 24.
Not bad.
Planet Earth, both of you have caught Contagious? Yeah, no, so
Yeah.
so my son gets it, then this one gets it. My son gets over it, but this one just, he likes to hold on to them. And then I actually, me, who leaves the house, leaves the state, travels across the world, comes back, has not been sick in 4 years since I had the V. And that was 4 years ago.
What is that?
And then I
V
come
for
home.
Vendetta?
Yeah. And then I come home and I get it from this dude. And then now it's been like 16 days for me. And he
This
still
was a-
has it.
this-
Like he's had it for over a month now.
I think this shit was COVID. I think it was COVID. I really do. Because I don't get sick for this long. I'm like sick for like
Joey,
2,
you
3,
get
4
sick all
days
the
or whatever. I don't get sick all the time.
my God,
but
you
this has
do.
been weeks.
You get sick all the time.
Maybe it was just like a real good funk.
Oh God, keep the funk to yourself.
You
Dutch
want-
Linux.
I share the
I
funk.
don't share it. I'm good. Dutch Linux. The small kind of storms here are super dangerous. My country is under sea level. Thank God we got the Delta Works.
There you go. Yeah.
John says I look younger. I feel like I
Excellent.
look exhausted, drained, and tired. So I
See?
will take that. Thank you very much, John.
Take it and run with it.
Yeah. Bernadette, my daughter lives in Bradenton and I was overwhelmed with anxiety. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yep.
Yesterday until I hear from them. Her brand new car didn't make it through so well. Oh, that's awful. Pummeled by
Sucks.
debris. Thank you, Shannon, for the gift. I'm so sorry, Bernadette. But you know what? And the important thing is she's doing
She's
good.
safe.
She's
Car
safe.
could be replaced.
Our other daughter lives in Lakewood Ranch, so it's very close to Bradenton, and
That's where the storm
the
came
day,
on board.
yeah, the day before, obviously the day when I was like, "Are you guys gonna come?" And they're like, "No, we're fine. We're hunkered down." And then it shifted.
Yeah, it's
And
like,
then overnight in the morning when I got up again really early, I texted them and I was like, "Are you guys sure? Like you're gonna stay?"
They went from Cat 3 to
then,
Cat 4.
Yeah, then it went to Cat 4, and then
Like,
I went to work. By the time I got to work, I started doing my thing. I looked at my phone, and then they said we're on the way. I was like, "Thank God!" So I can only imagine that's the worst.
And they literally went through a tornado to get here.
Yes. Oh,
So-
I have that picture. Do you want to show
Yeah,
that
let me
picture?
see it. Yeah, let me see the picture.
It's ridiculous, stupid.
Oh, I might have it on mine too. But
Ridiculously
yeah,
stupid.
you look. But yeah,
It's
so
right here.
Oh, is it? Yeah, let me see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Why
got
isn't it turning?
it. I don't know.
Oh, there it is.
Here it goes. Let me see. I'll show it to you guys. See if it pops up. Does it pop up there? It will. All right, so here we go.
Yeah, that was them driving.
Yeah,
She
so
took that.
she took the picture, and this is what
And they're driving
and
towards
this is
it.
they're driving to it, and as they get closer and closer, it stays over on the right hand side of them, but then it like went up in the air, and then finally the cone came back down behind them. So I don't know what it's like. It's kind of crazy, absolutely crazy. But this is what ended up happening. There was so many of these tornadoes. Like I said, 133 or 136 of these tornadoes were spawned from this hurricane Milton. That's just nuts. This never happened before.
Oh my
How
God.
many?
Ricky Joe.
Ricky Joe.
Ricky
How
Joe,
you doing, Ricky
I was
Joe?
thinking about you actually with this whole storm because I was watching when I left work it was later than I wanted to leave. So as obviously I was coming from the south and I'm driving up to us and the winds were getting stronger cuz I'm driving towards everything. And I was listening to them on the radio. They were calling out where like storms were hitting and tornadoes, and one of the places was Palaka. And I thought about you. Ricky Joe says, here in Palaka, sorry I'm late. I had my days mixed up and didn't get a notification. Y'all were live. Totally understand.
That's YouTube. We love you, YouTube.
Yeah.
Send out the damn notifications. There's 115,000 people on this channel, and I'm telling you, 115,000 people did not get the notification.
Yes.
If 1% got the notification, it would be a big thing. And I don't believe that even happened, because it's ridiculous. We have, let's say, 150, 160, 180 people on. Sometimes we'll get up to like 300. When you have 115,000 people, it should be a lot bigger numbers than that. And yeah, YouTube just fails when it comes to that stuff. I don't know. A lot of people have been telling me lately that they've been unsubscribed to the channel, and they didn't do it. So I don't know what's going on. Their system's busted.
Yeah.
So do me a favor. If you're unsubscribed, resubscribe. If you're not getting notifications, click the notification button and then click all, and hopefully it fixes itself. But
thank you to Bernadette for that super chat.
Bernadette,
Yes,
thank you.
Welcome. She said, hoping to learn some things from your channel. Good vibes only. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Appreciate you being here. Really do. Really appreciate
Mickey
you
D,
being
I
here.
have to admit, I learned a lot of Florida geography watching the Storm Chasers on YouTube. Alligator Alley sounds like a place to visit. Oh my God. So first of all, Alligator Alley didn't used to be Alligator Alley. It's huge now, like four
it
lanes,
used to be
four
two
lanes.
lanes.
It was one way this way and one way the other. So it was actually, I think, called like Death Alley, because
Yeah.
people sadly
They
were
died,
always dying,
constantly
smashing
dying.
all the time. Plus, yes, it goes through the Everglades, so alligators and wildlife everywhere. So yeah, that's
Yeah.
a place.
Yes.
And yeah.
Our road is the other road that's like Alligator Alley. There's only two of them
Southern.
that go east to west that long, and ours, which we are off, is called Southern. And Southern goes east and west just like that too, by
Yeah.
100 miles, 200 and some miles. So
George Ordway, High Dutch history it's always below sea level. I didn't know that.
yeah, I didn't know that.
Bill
Florida is
Watkins.
pretty much at sea level. I mean, we're at like 3 feet or something, a foot. I don't know. I literally dig a foot and a half to, let's say, 3 feet into the ground, and we hit water already. So
Bill Watkins, generator connections work great. We use those at Mountaintop Radio sites.
sweet. Okay.
What is this? Northeast Stokes Volunteer Fire and Rescue. Andrew is the reason I live in North Carolina. Wow.
Nice.
That's wild.
Wow.
Dragon Eggs, never mind. It's Sunday launch, but you could launch your handheld tonight.
Could do that.
Melissa McNew, hi guys. Hello.
How you doing?
Honey badgers, whatever works to keep your power on, you do what you need to do. Great job, guys.
No, that's true. Absolutely. Absolutely. It doesn't matter if it's a generator, if it's a Generac. Some people have like full house systems down here by Generac, by other different companies. All different means of having power. Some are doing solar. Some are doing a combination of solar and generators. Some are using diesel generators, propane, natural gas, regular gas, all kinds of different things. So yeah, however you can keep your power on is a good thing to do. And that's what we're still working on, what we're going to do. We have 2 generators that
but
we've used for the
it's-
house, but they haven't been started in a while. So
it's-
I'm going to have to clean out the carburetors, get them running again. So we have 2 generators. They're gas generators. Those are dirty. I look at them as dirty. I would rather have a propane generator.
Yeah.
But
So
anyways.
Mick wrote back. And
Yes.
He said the utility company installs Generlink for $25 in Tennessee.
Oh, wow.
It is installed between the box and the meter. That's where
Exactly.
I saw.
Yeah.
It automatically takes care of preventing a backfeed. The Generlink costs around $1,000. And then Dave Gross said Generlink is a separate automatic transfer switch, keeps you from electrocuting the lineman, fixing your grid power lines.
Exactly.
Yeah, we need to look into that.
That's all that these things do, because you can backfeed your house without a problem, but you just need to be vigilant that when the power comes back, you need to be able to unplug it and not backfeed those lines and go and electrocute those linemen that are working
83
on it.
Jeep said that I have a generator wired into the house panel so I can run the whole house when wildfires take out the power.
Exactly.
That's great.
There you go. Yeah.
I want to do that.
Yeah, that's what we did. We ran our 2 generators into the house, into the 240 of the dryer, and just backfed the panel, and then just turned everything off and just turned on the things that we wanted turned on the panel. For example, the most important thing for us is the water, right? So our water pump, to be able to pump water out of the ground, that takes a lot of energy. And that can't really be done on solar very well because it's a 220 and it's pulling from 60 feet in the ground or whatever it is. And it takes a lot of amps to get that to happen. So that's one of the things that we use it for, or have in the past.
Dave Gross said NVMEs run hot. Careful with
They
the
do.
heat sinks.
Yeah, I have, so the NVMEs that I have, the 4 that are inside the card itself has 3 fans built into the side of it that are blowing on the NVMe. So yeah, I completely get that.
Really quick, Shannon.
Main Bob O'Connor, thank you for the super chat. Main Bob, appreciate that. Thank you for the super chat. And we do see
Shannon says,
Shannon.
Thanks for the super chat, Shannon. What is the channel's exact amount of subscribers?
That's a good question. Let's see. The channel's subscriber, I just saw they popped up yesterday that we hit, I think it was 115,000. Let me see. We're at 115,206. So yeah, 115,000. I'm going to actually stick it in here. 206 subs, and that's as of right this minute. So I don't know. Like I said, 115,000 people, and I'm telling you, they're not getting notifications. They're just not. Okay, or there would be a shitload of people on here. I don't know how else to say it. I mean, that's just it. And the same thing when we look at the numbers when it comes to views on a lot of the videos. If the people are getting notifications of the videos going out, there's going to be a lot more views than what we see. So, it kind of is what it is. It's just, you're playing in their pond, and they are the big fish. So you're kind of swimming and hoping not to get eaten.
This way. There's the meter. That's what it is. I was trying to figure out which way.
The bullshit meter?
Yes, that's what it is.
She likes the bullshit meter.
I do. I told you got to get a poop emoji one.
Oh, yes. I will do that.
Yeah. So there we are. I'm trying to find my spot.
All right. You find the spot. I took the bullshit meter off. Let me see. Let me just see if there's anyone here.
I had it and it scrolled over.
All right. Well, you do your thing. I am listening.
George, we need to learn how to help the UN house and treat them as a disaster response. My dad and I did that back in the 70s. Changed people's life. Yeah. Age brings wisdom, right? Dutch said for encoding videos, best is the AV1 code C. Yeah, the codec. And at this moment, it only works with the NVIDIA Intel Arc cards on Linux. Yeah, that's the end. Matter of fact, the NVIDIA 3060 that I returned didn't do. I don't believe the AV1, whereas the 4060 that I'm bringing in on Monday, will be here Monday, does do AV1. So I will move everything to AV1 when it gets here. So I'll let you know how that goes. Yeah. I'm trying to find my spot. You lost it again. Yeah, because I scrolled down when I went to... Arnie Span says, what do you think about 24.4.1? That's Ubuntu, if you guys don't know. I think it's great. It is the parent of Mint 22 that I'm using. So they're both LTSs, so they are, it's good. It's a good system. I like Mint a little bit better because it's a little bit more cutting edge. So you're going to get drivers quicker on Mint. They use Mint almost as a testing ground, let's say, not quite, but you're going to get stuff quicker on Mint. So I don't mind, being a little bit of like a test dummy being able to get the drivers quicker.
All right, because that's the biggest thing with Linux is the drivers. And when new things come out, sometimes they take forever to be able to get those drivers. And when you get an operating system that is the base level operating system like Ubuntu, they really make it so that they're only doing updates every so often because they want it to be very secure and hardened, let's say. The same thing with Ubuntu to Mint would be the same thing as Red Hat Linux to Fedora 40. Fedora 40 would be like Mint. It gets the hottest, latest, and greatest stuff, whereas Red Hat, that thing is just solid. All right, they change maybe once a year. I don't know. There are very few changes unless there's security updates. They're not so. But I want something a little bit more modern, so that's why I'm using Mint.
All right, Jexter Jackson, replace the Fed with our electric grid, make money, creation of public utility, don't fight the systems, render the obsolete, help your economy, farm energy, create your own crypto under energy value.
There you go.
There's a plan.
It will work. There's a plan.
Yeah.
Put it into existence.
Main Bob O'Connor back in 98 had 14-day ice storm, no power. Day 4 got generator from hardware store, very community, had old propane heater, dinners at home, sled gen to backfeed neighbors furnaces for heat.
Wow. Yeah. That's, I mean, whenever you can backfeed power off a generator, it's great as long as you have fuel. Over here in Florida, you didn't have fuel. Many hurricanes ago, when a hurricane hit, there is no fuel.
Yeah.
The people go just ape shit. They go and hoard all the fuel, and then there's no fuel in any of the gas stations anywhere.
It's not as bad now
It's not
anymore
as bad, number
because-
one. But also what DeSantis did, right? Ron DeSantis.
Yeah, but he didn't have anything to do with that, though.
Who was?
That was Rick Scott. That
Rick
was way
Scott,
back.
you're right.
That was way back.
So what Rick Scott did, which was a really big thing from
changed
Florida,
everything.
it changed everything, is so for many years in Florida, when a hurricane came through, all right, you would have no gas, and not because the gas station had no gas, is because they had no power to be able to pump the gas.
Right.
Well, Rick Scott mandated that certain gas stations in certain areas must
everything.
have, it's not everywhere, but I looked it up.
I think
the
now
majority.
everything is like that.
They have to have backup diesel or whatever generators to be able to pump the gas.
Yeah.
It's not like that
It was
in
like
all
a big
other
thing
all other
because
states.
It cost gas stations a lot
of
of
money.
to redig everything out and like
Yeah, to make those
yeah.
to put those backup generators on
Yeah.
site to be able to have power. So
We had a friend that owned a gas station,
Yep.
and her
They
parents complained because
Yeah.
it was so expensive.
it was mandated
but, yeah,
that
they had to do it.
They had to put in this big diesel generator to be able to produce power
So
to
we've had
pump
some
gas.
good things out of experience come out of it, but still, you know.
Yeah. Absolutely.
83 Jeep. They can't catch the V1 Starship. The hardpoint location is an issue, and the heat tiles need to be certified first.
Yes, those heat tiles. Matter of fact, in that, let me see. Where is it? Let me do a find here, because speaking on that, here we go. Heat shielding. So here, let me switch that over so you guys can see what I see. You see this down here? Right down here? It says one of the key upgrades on Starship ahead of flight was a complete rework of the heat shield, with SpaceX's technicians spending more than 12,000 hours replacing the entire thermal protection system with newer generation tiles, a backup ablative layer, that's like almost like a secondary layer, a safety look to improve upon the previous flight and bring Starship to a soft splashdown at the target area in the Indian Ocean. So there you go. So a lot of it has to do with this new, look, 12,000 hours just fixing the heat shielding. All new tiles and that new ablative layer. So it's almost like you have a tile, but then underneath the tile, you have a coating.
Yeah.
Let's call it a thick coating.
Right.
So if a tile pops off, that coating will prevent the heat from burning through the actual structure of the craft. So it's pretty cool. I mean, there was a lot of talk about how they're going to cool this thing or keep the heat off it, and that was one of them. So they're testing it out. So see what ends up happening with it. You know, I always thought that a big heat sink would be the coolest shit ever, just like in a computer, right? Have the fuel, let's say, running through this heat shielding thing, cooling it, because they are cryo levels. They're really cool, right? But anyways, that's for a whole video. Sorry. I geeked out. I am sorry.
All right, Shannon, thank you again for the super chat. Shannon said, those of you that do not have a membership, put an emoji in the chat, preferably a pink poop emoji to increase your chances of getting one of the last 50 memberships. I will gift here in a few minutes. Thanks, Shannon. You're the bomb.
You're awesome, Shannon. Really
you.
appreciate that. Yes, poop emoji, everybody. Poop emojis.
If you haven't had a membership, poop emoji or an emoji.
And even if you have, poop emoji the whole damn thing up. Let's put poop everywhere.
No, because he's trying to get people
we had
that
poop
don't.
everywhere today.
But you are just next level tonight, and I'm tired. I am really tired.
She said, I am tired. I am sick and tired of you tonight because you are running all over me.
Yes. That damn driver without the signal light cutting me off, it ain't it. It's not it. You're not it.
All right.
I'm going to get the rocket. Rocket. I'm going to get it right here.
All right, give me the rocket.
Does it even have stuff in it?
I don't know, but just don't blow me up. You know what? Or I'm going to launch it. Here, let me see.
No, I'm going to launch it.
You're going to launch it?
Yeah.
Okay, you do it.
Do I have to just turn that on?
Yeah, no, that's fine. Just push that all the way down.
It?
Just
Why? You do it to me all the time.
hit it again.
That was it?
That's
all I got?
That's what you got.
Oh, man. Usually when you turn it on, it's like shoots right across.
Yeah, put your head right here.
Yeah, put your face right there.
There you go. Listen, guys.
They're lame. That's lame.
It's not damn lame. This is cool shit.
Oh my God.
How is this lame?
Just move your big leg. I'm gonna kick you.
I'm just gonna go off here. You can just do your thing.
Mine was a
Look
dud.
at this, poop emojis everywhere. Our dog ended up having the craps today. We don't want to get into that. Go.
Joe is a party pooper. And if you wanted to be a party pooper, just invite Joe.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I forgot the song.
That's great. Good job.
Good job.
Nice singing.
Yeah, I'm in that mood.
Enjoyable.
You're just next level tonight. You're just
You like the rocket, guys?
Yes, the rocket.
Just
I'm gonna
lie.
strap Joe to the rocket.
You like it?
All right, let's see. What do we got? We got pink poop emojis everywhere.
Poop emojis everywhere. I love it. Thanks, Shannon.
Dave said, what did you turn off? I'm sorry, you guys. We're like behind on some of these, but
So
we'll catch
quicker.
up. I can't because this thing, it just bounces around. All right, Dutch. For encoding videos, best is the AV1 codec, and at this moment, it only works with the NVIDIA. Didn't we do
You
that
did that
already?
one, but you could do it 2 more times if you want.
Okay.
Play it for tradition. Said that it costs $21 a day for propane for a full day. $21. That's pretty damn good. That's
is
pretty good.
good.
Propane is good.
Sorry. Ricky Joe, is your phone an Android or iPhone? I got a Galaxy A14 5G through Cricket Wireless. How do I test DTC on my phone?
Yeah,
do I turn airplane mode on or something else?
No, keep airplane mode, keep that off because you don't want to shut the phone completely off, right? So keep the airplane deal off and then shut everything off. Shut off your Bluetooth, your Wi-Fi, shut off that little cell tower looking thing, shut all that off, right? And then see if you get 1 or 2 bars. If you get 1 or 2 bars, right, you know you're on the Starlink satellite. If you get SOS, chances are you're on the Global Star, which is the Apple's version of those satellite connection, the SOS, right? Just do that. That's it. If you're in one of these areas like us that get hit by a hurricane, it might work. It worked for us just tonight. So it does work. I was really shocked about that, actually. That's pretty cool.
Mickey D said Microsoft is having issues with unremovable 9 GB file being generated with 24H2 testing and production again.
I wouldn't doubt it. They always have problems. You remember, Microsoft is like 1,000 people writing code and then 10 people trying to bootstrap it all together. They've always been like that. It's just shit code. It's just a nest of loops of it's a wreck. It is a bloated wreck. I remember when Windows came on 6 or 7 1.4 floppy disks. Okay.
Yeah.
So what is that? Like, let's call it, but like 10 megabytes. Now, not 10 megabytes. Now it's like, what, 5 gigabytes or something. It's just craziness. It's a big bloated piece of shit.
Shannon, the super chat, thank you. He said, okay, maxed out. Got to use my other account.
Oh my God. What is with these people?
I don't know. They don't have special, amazing people like Shannon. Shannon's testing out their system. It's broken.
Thank you,
right.
Shannon.
Thank
Really
you.
appreciate you. Really do. Really do.
Aries man, what do you think about 24.04.1?
Yeah, I did that.
Okay. Mark Levissoir.
How you doing, Mark?
I left AT&T and went to T-Mobile and
Smart.
don't regret it. Woo!
We will be doing
you
the same.
guys, Shannon is going to,
He's gifting
No.
people right now.
no, the Art of News is gifting people with
yeah,
memberships
that's
right
Shannon.
now. Oh,
Because
it
he
is,
has to
because
use-
that's right. I'm sorry.
He has to use like another account because for some
so
reason.
if you're getting a membership from Shannon through Art of News, please say thank you. Hopefully you're getting one.
Oh my God.
I can't keep up.
Jay, don't crap on Microsoft so bad. That corporation has had food on the table for, I know, for the past 20 years. I get it. The problem that I have with Microsoft is that Billy the Kid was always an asshole. All right. So Billy,
he's a creeper.
he's just a creep, right? So I had a software company for 13 years. I'll just
dirty.
make this really, he's a dirty, okay. I don't have a beep button. Okay.
Oh, can we get one of those
Maybe
too?
we'll do that. Maybe that he's a dirty, like that, right? But he's just dirty. He's nasty. He's one of those guys that, I had a software company for 13 years. I've had direct issues with that company and other companies, and trust me, I know these people inside and out. What they used to do way back in the day is that if their numbers were shit for a quarter, you would see their lawsuits go up. If their numbers were good, their lawsuits would go down. So they would make money by suing people because they weren't doing good, let's say, for that quarter. That's just how they worked. They are nasty, just screws. They are just really bad people. That is one thing. The other side of that is it's spyware, it's malware. The damn thing constantly has telemetry is on. It's constantly figuring out what you're doing, what you're not doing, what you're seeing, what you're not seeing. And now with this new shit, it's taking a picture of your screen every 3 to 5 seconds or whatever, then distilling the data down, taking that data and sending it into Microsoft. What the hell is it doing with that? If you take a picture of someone's screen every 2 to 3 seconds, you got everything from these people, from their passwords, where they go, what they do, who they talk to, every single thing. What do they need all that information for? To sell you shit. That's what they need it for, so they can sell it to other people. If they're not selling you something, they're going to sell it to someone else to sell you something. That's just simply it. Same thing that Google does, right? They sell you shit. That's what they do. On YouTube, they sell you shit. That's just how it works. Advertising is their shit, and they make a lot of money with it. So, anyways, I can go through a lot. One day I'm going to do a whole thing just on Microsoft and a few other companies and give you some down and dirty, some grit, okay, that you won't believe.
That'll be interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, where do I go? Mick.
I see Mo World says beep, 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 beep.
Yes, Mo.
Yes, Mo, exactly. I need a beeper. I need a beep. Yes.
Mick, deploying Windows 11 is my current project at work, and it's been pain dealing with the bloatware.
It's a big chunker. It is like, the kid eating Doritos and Coke.
Yeah.
That's me. And he's just like 6 sizes too big. That's basically Windows. Complete bloatware.
Yeah.
Spyware, malware. It is complete trash.
Bernadette said, live out in the country in the desert of New Mexico. Purchased Starlink 2022. After moving here, nothing else would work, but I'm very happy with it.
Yeah, it works. It works out. It works out well. It wasn't great at the very beginning. We've been there. We've been with SpaceX Starlink for the last 46, 47 months, somewhere around there. It wasn't great. And, well, I shouldn't say that. It started out really great. Then it went into the shitter because all of a sudden there were so many people on board. When we started, there was 112,000 people. Then it went to 1 million, 2 million, 3 million. Now it's like over 4 million. So it did this thing, right? It was really good. Then it went to the shitter, and then it went really good, and then dipped a little bit, and then took off again. So they're doing really well right now.
Yeah.
So
83G, my Dave link was free as well.
sweet.
Ty also said,
I want to get a free one.
Jay, if I was gonna cut you, LOL, you best start with that blinker, okay?
Okay.
Ty's right.
I'm sorry. She will cut me.
Ricky Joe says SOS means save our service, actually.
Yeah.
Mech1164, been dabbling with Linux since the aughts. I don't know what that is. Finally going all in with the Win 11 debacle, using CatchyOS and loving it. The AUR is too much fun.
Yeah, I mean, CatchyOS is good. If you have experience with Linux, the reason why I didn't like it is because I was trying to get a Linux system that everyone can use that's watching me, and basically just get it to work immediately. So CatchyOS is more for the experienced people. It did not work with any of the printers that I have. It just wouldn't work at all. Yes, I can install cups and then get cups to work using all kinds of methods. And I just don't want the people watching to have to do that, because they're coming in from Windows, and that's just a whole hella horse shit that they don't want to do, right? So that's why right now I'm using Mint, because it's just, everything is just working. So anyways, that's but CatchyOS is good. It's quick. It's great for gaming. And it's much more lightweight, and it's running on Arch Linux. So.
Alrighty. Flying Pretzel.
Flying Pretzel.
You get sicker more than it rains in Florida.
That's a lot of sick. That is a lot of sick.
Dave Grow, EPIRB, emergency position indicating radio beacon.
Okay.
83G, how's the life after Microsoft Windows t-shirt coming?
So, what would you like to see on that t-shirt? Should it be the skull? Should it be Billy the Kid's stupid ass face? Should it be like the penguin from Linux? Kind of like chopping Microsoft, like whatever. Give me some ideas. I would love to hear it, because I'm going to draw something up. I got to draw something.
John Bailey, FEMA should provide Starlink for a year. They can't, because FEMA's broke ass.
FEMA cannot even, they can't provide nothing.
I mean, it's a great idea.
It's a great idea, but FEMA just said, listen, we can't help you anymore. We don't got any more money. I did that whole entire video, and I broke down where all of the FEMA money went. And it was all migrants.
Yeah.
It literally just ass loads of money to the migrants. Millions and millions and millions and millions. And when it came to helping us, the people that needed it in North Carolina, And then after they said, listen, any other hurricanes that come, like Milton, don't ask us for anything, because we don't got shit. It's like, oh, that's nice.
And also, if you're going to get FEMA assistance, please read the fine print.
Yeah.
Crypto King Freddy, upside down UFO. King? Upside down UFO?
Upside down UFO.
Tell me what it is. Bernadette, this is an excellent place to learn. Even extra stuff that you didn't even want to know.
Stupid shit that I come up with in my head.
Richard.
Just understand that probably about 80% of everything that I say is just complete bullshit. I really don't know any of this stuff.
You're faux. Richard Footed, I just sent a text from my iPhone in Nevada to my wife's phone with a cellular and Wi-Fi off, so it's working here too.
There it is. That's awesome.
Bernadette said, yes, my daughter lives in Lakewood Ranch and works in Sarasota.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's where our daughter is over there.
Dutch Linux, we should make a petition to all devs to make drivers and software for Linux too, and not only Windows.
That would be great. That would be great. And that would actually fix shit, but they just don't do it. That's the biggest problem with Linux, is that there's not enough people making drivers. So,
Hey Cabron said, I got a notification a while ago, but I just got here. I am glad that y'all are great. Thank you. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for being here.
And guys, we always remind you, click the unsubscribe button and then do it again.
And then
just
subscribe.
Because
and then hit all.
Yeah. Because who knows why.
It's funny that YouTube, our advisor, whatever, that we've talked to before from YouTube, that's what they say. Tell your people to unsubscribe and then subscribe back and then click all. That's like me telling you to reboot your computer. It's like, can you give us a little bit better, a little bit more information than just reboot? Okay. How about just like format C colon? Any of you old guys out there, you know what format C colon is, right?
Yeah. Well, I do.
Go ahead. You need to speed up. You are like way behind. I just looked over here how far behind you are. You are like...
You know what? Why don't you just cut again with the
I am
blinker?
not
Go
cutting.
ahead. If you know where I should be, if I swear to God, Joe,
it was far
it
away
will be
from
live. You will die live. Okay?
Okay, go ahead.
My God.
I am going to relax, and I'm just going to keep my blinker off. I'm not even going to put my blinker on.
I'm over here like coughing, and you're gonna try to blow my hair up.
Are you going to drink some of that Coke? You want
I
some
have
tea?
been. No,
you
I
want
don't
some
want
water?
anything. No.
Do you want like a cough drop?
I want this thing to not jump around, so I don't have to backtrack.
That would be kind of nice.
Shannon gave us a super chat, and it says my face. Shannon, thank you.
There you go.
Oh my God. I can't. Let's see. Alan's watch channel, my propane generator used about 20.
Yep,
oh, you read
that
that
one.
one? George Ordway, I got reconnect with an old girlfriend because I was watching the tornadoes. Last text, there is a big one heading your way. 30 minutes later, A-okay.
I like it.
Oh, and Glenn Fulger, your gas generators may be able to have a propane conversion kit installed to make them dual fuel.
Yeah. I think ours are old. I don't think we can do it, but I'll look into it. That would be good.
Edgar Zavarce, I am at Brazil, and we have back X. Thanks, Elon Musk. Good show. See you Sunday.
That is really
big news.
That's big news. I didn't even know that. I didn't know that. I will look for that news. Thank you, Edgar, for that, because I talked about that. I pleaded about that. I called your man over there an ass clown about that. The Supreme Court justice who was just an asshole. But anyways, yeah, I don't want to go too deep into it. But yeah, go ahead. Good to hear, Edgar. Glad to see you guys got X in Brazil again. Big news. That's really big news.
Yeah. Okay, Mo World, PSA, if you have a question. Oh, yes, thank you, Mo, for reminding. Put a Q in front of it. We're going to be wrapping up in like 25 minutes.
Go ahead.
So, let's see. Planet Earth, Jay, it's a Billy Google YouTube conspiracy.
Could be. Billy the Kid.
83 Jeep. Okay. Play it for tradition. Oh, did you read this one? What is your experience with gaming via Steam upon Mint and or other builds?
Yes, so I've tested it out with Mint. I've tested out gaming with a lot of different builds. Gaming works great. You just use Steam, or you can use Proton or Lutris or whatever. And there's over, I think, 13,000 games that work on Linux now, whereas way back in the day there wasn't. And a lot of people were waiting for that to be able to say, I can move over to Linux now. So yeah, the majority of the games, some of the AAA games won't work if they do some low-level security shit, like stuff that you don't really want it to do in the beginning. But anyways, that's for a whole nother talk. But yeah, a lot of video games work.
All right, Dutch said, stay on Mint. It will have you loads of headaches, more stable, or you need to go with a distro with rolling releases, but make sure your thermal label printer works.
100% correct there. Who said that?
Dutch Linux.
Thanks,
also,
Dutch Linux. That's correct.
Also said only a few distros will work with it out of the box.
It could be.
Mint has the best cup drivers of all distros, even better than Ubuntu Self.
I didn't know that, but yeah, that's important. Definitely important.
Mick said it's best to have either propane or diesel, since neither of those fuels degrade and few automobiles use diesel, so it's more readily available during disasters.
Yes.
Honey Badgers, yes, Florida is very much prepared for disasters, much more than any other state.
It's true, because we get hit all the damn time.
Yeah. You guys, I'm just trying to catch up here on some of this.
Scrolling down.
Dutch also said my PC is water cooled, and later on I mod my laptop for water cooling.
Geez, how in the hell did you water cool a laptop? I've never seen that before. That's pretty cool.
Ricky Joe, how much damage did y'all get from Milton? Any flooding, power outages? We got lucky our power never went out.
Yeah.
It only surged once.
Yes, we got a bunch of surges. We never lost power, but the week before we lost power completely for like an entire day because a tree came down on the main line. So I'm glad that it did, because chances are when the hurricane came through, that same tree would have came down and we would probably not be here. Now it's Friday night. Yeah, we would not be here tonight.
We don't even know the days.
I don't know, whatever day it is.
Oh my
But yeah.
God. Wendy Hill, I'm just reading this because she said to Dutch,
Mo
never...
World said, Fab, he's
What?
impatient tonight.
Oh yeah, yeah, and wait, hold on. Joe DeSalvatore said she needs to take a break and make you a sandwich. Wendy said to Dutch, I have never water cooled. I do have a massive Noctua tower cooler in my system.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I mean, water cooling just works really well. It works really well. I've always done water cooling. I'm using water. I've got water cooling in this system that I have right now. It's just great. It works out.
And then maybe this needs more
It
gas.
needs more gas.
It was a lame flame.
Yes, it was a lame
Did
flame.
I make a rhyme? A lame flame?
You did. You made a funny.
I did. Honey Badger, just remember that propane after produces less than regular gas, but at the same
Right.
time on the global, which they don't go bad ever.
Yep. It doesn't gunk up a carburetor and make it nasty. It's a clean burn all the time.
James Hill, I found that article again. It says they're turning on DTC for hurricane hit areas, and in your notification panel where it shows network, it will say T-Mobile, SpaceX, and have 1 to 2 bars.
Sweet. There you go. That's good.
Ty, don't crap on. Oh, you read that one.
Yep.
Wilson Lee, talk about GNU Linux DE.
Yeah, so I mean, for me, like, okay, so the way I look at Linux and Linux builds and going through Linux from the very beginning, when I used to do Red Hat way back in the day before it turned corporate and then it broke off into Fedora and all the rest, the way I look at it is like, I always want to be like one step above the root. So if I'm going to run Red Hat because I like Red Hat, I'm going to run Fedora. If I'm going to run Arch Linux, I'm going to run something like CachyOS or something else that is Arch driven, Manjaro, whatever, something like that. If I'm going to run a Ubuntu, I'm going to use Mint or something else that's similar to it, or Pop! OS or something. I like to be a little bit more cutting edge, but not to a point where it's bleeding edge and the thing's down all the time. So anyways, that's kind of like my thing when it comes to picking a OS.
83 Jeep said, Billy the Kid was the sales guy. He was not the brains. Yeah.
He was an asshole.
Yeah. Play it for tradition. What is your experiences with gaming via Steam on Mint?
Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, really, really exceptionally good. Exceptionally good. Better than I would have thought. Actually, I tested out Guild Wars 2, and I did a video on it, and the Guild Wars 2 gave me more frames per second running it under Linux through Steam than running it under Windows in Steam. So there you go. And why is that? Because Windows is a big bloated piece of shit with a ton of overhead, whereas Linux isn't. It's just cleaner. It's like propane compared to running gas in a generator. Just simply cleaner.
Alan's Watch channel wanted to know, I guess at some point, why we were pixelated.
I don't know, because we suck. We're turning into Minecraft characters as we speak. No, so normally I would have SpaceX Starlink and T-Mobile's home internet bonded together on a packet level bonding, so you would never get any pixelization. We are streaming only on SpaceX Starlink. So if there's like a little glitch or a satellite moves out of place or whatever the hell the problem is, we might get pixelated, but that's it.
Sorry, guys.
Easy. I don't. Do I?
Shush.
Am I keeping you up?
You are. You and your non-blinker driver.
I'm not even blinking. I'm waiting for you.
I am talking here. Bernadette.
You're yawning.
When I open the Starlink app, it tells me to turn off VPN. Why is that?
That's odd. I've never seen that before. I don't know. That's weird. I don't know. I've not had that. You can actually use a VPN with Starlink. You can use a VPN before Starlink. I've used VPNs in a router connected to Starlink. I've used VPNs on the systems themselves and then logged into Starlink. So I don't know. That's strange.
That's a new one, huh?
Yeah, maybe it's something new, or I just haven't seen that yet.
Play It for Tradition said, never put Billy the Shit on your shirt, please.
Right? Okay. I won't put his face on there. Maybe we'll put the logo so I can get sued.
Oh no, we've already gone through one of those.
Yeah, maybe I'll do the logo, but I'll like switch the flag up a little bit, their shitty ass logo, and then put the skull like over the flag, so it's like a black flag, but with the Windows
Honey
logo.
Badger said, I definitely don't want to wear Billy's stupid face. LOL.
Yeah, okay, all right. So no Billy the Kid, I get it.
That's funny. That's funny. Let's see. Mo said, penguin from Linux with the penguin from Gotham. That's a good one.
Like it?
Yeah.
Like it? But how are we going to incorporate Windows into it?
Yeah.
The breaking free of Windows, telling Windows to fuck off, basically.
Ricky
how do we
Joe
do
said,
that?
I think it should be the Windows logo with the red circle with a diagonal like through it.
I like that.
Yeah.
It's not bad. We can do that.
Alan's watch channel, penguin busting a Windows logo.
That's good.
Oh, that's funny. Wendy. Oh no, that was Michael.
Yeah, Wendy said, I have Zorin OS Linux on desktop right now.
Did you just cut in front of me again?
No, I just saw it just popped up over there.
You cut in front of me.
Did I?
Yeah, you totally did. I'm not there yet.
Oh, I don't even know where you are because this thing is like.
So why are you cutting in front of me?
I'm sorry, Wendy. I won't answer your question. I'll answer it real quick.
My God.
So I'm glad that you have Zorin. I tried Zorin. It's really great for teachers. I don't like it because it just didn't feel right to me. It felt very like Windows 98.
When we drive out of the house, I'm going to cut you off for real. I'm going to push you in your little car into the grass.
Did she say she was going to push me in my little car?
In his little car.
Don't call me out because I drive a little car.
He thinks he's so cool in his little car, but I'm the one with the truck.
No, it would be cool if I had like a big ass truck,
but
and I could
don't.
be like a big man, and I can come down and I'll be like this little like
look
5
like
foot
Mario.
nothing, and just have this massive truck.
You're so stupid. In your little car, I'm gonna push you down the driveway. Yep. Okay. Did you finish?
I don't know. I'm waiting for you. You're yawning half the time.
Michael Johnson, hey, someone gave me another membership thanks to who did.
Thanks to who did.
Who did
Who
it?
done and did it.
Who did and ran. Let's see. Alan's Watch Channel, October 1st starts the new budget for the U.S. government. Does it really matter anymore?
We will see. I don't know. Shannon says, drill, baby, drill.
Tom Mussington, a Lin's penguin hammering a Windows logo to pieces.
Like it? Will it translate? Will you notice what it is on the shirt is the question.
Oh, wait, hold on. You see that right there?
Yes.
Oh, did you heart it?
I just said, drill, baby, drill,
I wasn't
Shannon
paying
said.
attention to you.
Thank you for that.
Okay, Sagreen 70, Linux Penguin Office spacing the Microsoft logo like the fax machine.
Yeah.
Play It for Tradition t-shirt, a broken window with a Linux brick. Oh, that's a good one.
Linux brick.
Yes.
Broken window.
We are
I like
down to
that.
5 to 10 minutes, Mo. Thanks for the countdown.
Thank you, Mo.
Jack Morgan, great show, you too. Poop emojis. I've enjoyed this chat heaps while I'm concreting some garden edges. Ooh, that's hard
Sweet.
work.
Nice.
In the land down under. Keep up the great work. Well, thanks for listening to us
Thank
while
you
you're
for
doing
being
your work.
here while you're working. Absolutely.
Yes. Tony D went to Irwin, Tennessee for a search and recovery mission last week and seen a bunch of Starlinks being used with no problems with any of them. Nice to see everyone pulling together down there.
Absolutely.
It is. I've been trying to keep up with, all the news up there and stuff. So that's really good to know.
Yeah,
good to hear.
it's just amazing what's going on. There's been a lot of outreach. Some people said that they asked if we would do I guess it would be kind of like a pool, a GoFundMe, or like a pool of money to be able to send in.
Not to, because there's so many.
There's so many already.
There's like a few already that are set up that I think are good and
valuable.
People, yeah. And we didn't.
And then
really
there's some that we don't really like.
Right, but it's more like we don't want to collect all this money on behalf of people to then distribute it. We prefer that people go straight to those charities,
right to the source.
And
absolutely.
Do it. Yeah. Not that we didn't want to do it, but it's just it can get complicated like that, and people always have things to say. So, You guys get it.
Alan Watch says DOS joke. He got it.
Yeah. Let's see. Cracker
Format.
Rick.
C:
Andrew flattened about every house and homestead we lived in Lakeland near airport. Yes, it did. Andrew changed a lot for Florida. Changed things for better for Florida, actually, even though it was horrible what happened. Mo World. Joe, how is video streaming on Linux for you? Any hiccups?
We're doing it right now. So every once in a while, the hiccup won't be from the computer. It won't be from OBS. Usually the hiccups will be from like a satellite going out of the area or something like that. But as far as the recording and everything, I'm using an old GTX 1070 with OBS on Linux, and it's just doing it, powering through it, 4K, doesn't even care. And matter of fact, just so you guys know, some people want to know this because it is important. We're using right now a Ryzen 3800, a Ryzen 3800 with an old GTX 1070 card, and currently streaming 4K. It is using 4.5% of my CPU. 4.5. Right now, 4.7% of my CPU. So it does an amazing job. On Windows, it didn't do that. I can tell you that for sure. Anyways. Shannon, what the hell's going on? You're laughing.
Shannon sent a super chat and he said, send them outside to feed the alligators. Yeah.
Wow.
Which they could be very close too because we have water in the backyard. What else is new? But
yeah, we're kind of
flooded. We didn't get as much as we normally would get, but still.
We're still flooded.
Bernadette, what do you think about the streaming channels prices going up and up? It's caca.
Yeah, it sucks because they know that's where everything is now. It is all about streaming because you don't need so TV is dead, right? Like satellite TV is done. So you're all of the satellite TV, DirecTV and Dish Network. Look, Dish Network just sold for $1 to DirecTV. DirecTV bought Dish Network for $1 and then took on over $9 billion worth of debt. That was the sale. So now you have one satellite TV company. You're going to have none. All right. This is just the means of putting a Band-Aid on. Their days are numbered. All right. They're dead. The same thing with Usenet and Viasat. I told you guys way back when Starlink first started, I said they will be going the way of the dinosaur just like TV, just like satellite TV will because of Elon Musk, SpaceX, Starlink. Usenet and Viasat. Viasat just got a contract with the government, and they put some dish on, or some antennas on some airplanes. That was it. Their system is dead too. So just mark my words, you will see Viasat and HughesNet gone. The government will take them over, or they'll do the merger, just like what Dish Network and DirecTV did. That's my opinion. We'll see what happens.
David Murphy.
How you doing, David?
What appears to be a lesson learned is the need for tactical reconnaissance assets in the National Guard. 100%.
It would be nice. I want to see more drones.
And we need men to be really manly
infrared
again.
drones. We would like to see some manly men. It would be nice if testosterone levels were higher again.
Yes.
There's a whole story behind that.
Yeah.
Dutch says Papa West sucks. And then Mo World says agreed. Papa West is poop. Yeah, Papa West is, I tried it. I didn't like it. I tried Pika OS. Like Pikachu. Pika OS was like very kiddie-ish, and I just didn't like it. I just feel like a lot of these distros are they are different just to be different. They are not different to be better than the mothership, the root where they come from. The root.
George, back in the day, was running Solaris in an air gap situation, notified of a problem, decided I was good without the update.
Yeah.
Ricky Joe,
what did Ricky Joe say?
White chocolate Reese's cups are the bomb.
Well, there you go.
And then Renee said, add bacon. Oh my God.
Holy shit.
That sounds like a whole dish there. You guys are funny. Let's see. George Burns, what about virus protection under Linux?
There's just, I mean, I shouldn't say there is no viruses, but there's very little viruses. You don't get viruses because the people that are writing viruses, they want to write it for systems that are, number one, less secure. Number two, they want to write it for systems that have a bigger populace. So if their virus actually takes hold, they hit 1 million people, 10 million people, 100 million people, not 1 million people. You see what I'm saying? So that's why, because of how small it is, that's the same reason why you don't see a lot of Mac OS viruses. Same reason.
Shannon, not enough money and budget for drones. You know why? Build the wall.
God, yeah.
You know what's funny, Shannon? I've been to the border. I have stepped over the border. That's a whole other thing. But I've been there. I spent time there. I was in there with the men's that work down there. And the other side has no problems with drones. They monitor everything that we're doing at any given point, at any given time. Just saying.
Yeah, so the cartel have a lot of drones flying over the border. That's the translation. And they're watching everything that our people are doing at any given time. So they know exactly where to push their people, the important ones, through. All right? So there's a lot of drones going on, but on the Mexican side. So anyways.
Yeah. Play for tradition t-shirt.
Facts.
Linux equals propane, Windows equals gas. Don't you want to burn clean? Ooh,
Yeah, that's a good one. I like that. I like that.
Shannon said, I use a propane generator when vending and run about 12 gallons per event. Runs very clean, and best part is no messy gasoline to spill everywhere.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Very clean, and you don't have to worry about the carburetor gunking up. And
John K. Wolf said, make sure you have a gas detector. Propane is very bad. I know a whole family that died sleeping.
Yes.
The heater went off at night.
It's horrible. Yeah, that's true. That's why they put the propane doesn't smell like anything. They put the smell in there. You know, it's got that, a lot of the odor that you smell in some of these gases are actually put there so that it cues you off that there's a problem.
RT Cheese. My Starlink app won't work with my VPN either. That's the second person.
Okay.
Dutch said, probably a bad VPN to start with, some you can't trust.
Yeah, well, that's true. I mean, I'm using Pure VPN. If you go to JCristina.com/VPN, once again, JCristina.com/VPN, you'll get like 15-20% off or something on Pure VPN. That's what I've been using. I've been using it for like 2 years now or something. I've never had a problem. I have it installed on my TV over there. I have it installed in the house. I got it installed everywhere, right? And it works really good, really good.
All right, we got like 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Honey Badgers, you guys are like War of Roses. Oh my God, I remember that movie. That was funny. I remember that.
I remember War of Roses, yes.
Ty. Oh my God, Jay, you're going to wake up dead tomorrow. George,
I'm not going to wake up at all.
George, LOL, mom and dad are not arguing. It's all foreplay.
There you go.
Oh no, I lost my spot again.
There it is, done. That's all. Now I'm going to go and I'm going to cut in line.
I found it. Ricky Joe, my dad is a contractor for FPL. We were in town. He got a call out. He got into the truck, drove 90 miles per hour in a 45 area to get back to the house and meet his boss.
Wow. Yeah.
That's crazy. Main Bob Connor for Icon. Linux character breaking the window and climbing in through the windows. Thanks for a great show.
I love it. I love it.
Mick said, I was surprised Starlink DTC was not made available for Tennessee.
Yeah. Yeah. If it's not, then yeah, that's not great.
David Murphy, Amazon still planning to set up facility in Homestead? I have no idea.
That's a good question. They could be. They could be. I heard that Amazon was going to come to where our Moroso, in that whole area there. I don't know. Amazon buys mass swaths of land and builds these mega structures to have more distribution of Chinese product.
And we buy it. We really don't have much of a choice, though, do we?
Well, until the U.S. starts making shit again, it makes it difficult, yeah.
Let's see. Mo said, PSA, don't forget to like and subscribe and share, please.
Appreciate that, Mo.
Yes.
Yep, absolutely.
Yes. Mick said the old satellite dish TV is still available, surprisingly. I had thought about getting one for our weekend home since most are now given away at such low prices.
Yeah.
Oh, see? It
You jumped.
Yep. Shannon, yes, I'm trying to light this fuse. LOL. Is this it? Bernadette said you were backseat driving.
Always. That's
John
right. That's what I
Bailey,
do.
how do you use Excel, Word, Teams, and Outlook without Windows?
It is a problem. So you can
I used to have that problem all the time.
Yeah, you can dual boot, number one. You can also, some of them might work inside a VM, like a virtual machine. You can do that too. Number three is you can possibly run it under Wine. So there's three different ways to do it. Dual boot, run through a VM, a virtual machine, or run through Wine or Proton or some other virtualization of some kind. So there's different ways you can do it. But yeah, there's certain things that are very, very Microsoft specific. It makes it difficult to be able to move to a different OS. And I get that.
Okay. All right, you guys, we're finishing up here.
Good job.
Matt.
You are amazing.
I know.
I know. I just want to tell you before we
Okay.
signed off.
I think he's just trying to make up because he doesn't want to get run over in his little car. Ran over, pushed over, down the driveway.
It's possible.
He's scared.
It's possible. What does Shan say here? It says not enough dollars in the budget for drones. You know why? Yes, build the damn wall. Yeah, that's what you said. Yeah, that's so damn true. They're just so damn
Wolf.
broken. This shit is broken.
IT and Oklahoma football game. What a combination.
There you go.
Oh, that's funny. Shannon, DJT says he will do 15% tax rate for companies that manufacture in America. I am guilty Amazon buyer. Well, Shannon, we're all guilty of Amazon buying, but again, we really don't have a lot of options of stuff that's made in the U.S. And then if it is made in the U.S., obviously it's way more expensive, and sometimes it's not so good either. So there's like a lot of things that have to change, you know?
Yeah, there's a lot of things. I tell you what, Shannon, one of the products that I make photography products, right? One of the products I made, I needed to make a mold. To be an injection mold, right? Anyways, long story short, I tried to have this injection mold made locally, okay? Found a whole bunch of places, and they wanted, let's say, $4,000, $5,000 for this mold. I contacted China, and they wanted about $1,800 for the mold, right? So I'm like, oh, that's a lot. That's pretty damn cheap. Now, what I ended up finding out is that all of these people that were here in the U.S. that were selling me the mold for $4 or $5 grand, were getting that mold from China, shipping it over, because remember, a mold, I don't know if you know, but injection molds are made out of like solid steel, like heavy. The shit is like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pounds. So it has to come over on a boat. You're not going to fly it over, right? So it's expensive. So that's what they would do. They would get it for $1,800. They would sell it here for $4,500 to $5 grand, even though they told me that they were going to tool the damn thing. They weren't. They were having it done in China, which I can go and get done myself. You see what I'm saying? So even the people here, that's one of the problems I've been having with a lot of the products. And if any of you guys out there make products, you're going to understand this and you'll agree with me. A lot of the little components that you want to put into your products, they're just simply not made here in the US. So you have to buy them from China. And then when they are, right, they're either just so expensive that you can't even make your product anymore because it makes it so that it's unsellable. So there's so many problems that are going on that they need to fix. We need to bring our manufacturing back to the U.S. That's primary. That's number one. And when that happens, I think will slowly lower the prices and the availability on products from people like us that actually make products, right? Anyways.
It's little.
It is little. I'll add more. So for next Friday, this will be like a 6-inch torch.
Oh my God. You better point it on yourself. All right, last questions. Planet Earth, will you get a robo for income later?
It'd be sweet.
And does John Bailey, does Linux support Microsoft Office? Not a gamer.
Yeah, it really doesn't. I mean, you can do it, but you'd have to, like I said, dual boot, or you'd have to use wine, something like that, or you could use a VM, right? Just run it in a VM internally to Linux.
All right, you guys. I think we're done.
Did we get to the end of the internet?
Yes. Yes. Ricky Joe put a PSA out. Big Brother season final is Sunday at 9 p.m. Y'all vote for Leah. AFP, please. I don't watch Big Brother, but
I don't either. But also, listen, guys, the IFT5, right? That Starship launch, if it does happen on Sunday, okay, be here. All right, be here, because I'm going to be here, and I'm going to do it live, and I'll talk to you guys about it, and we'll do commentary over it and watch it together, and then after we'll do an after show and just kind of like hang out, because it's a big thing. This is so big. How big is it, Joe? Thank you for asking. This one is so big. This is so big because this is really going to show or decide how things move forward, not just for SpaceX, but for NASA and the Artemis mission. So we'll see what ends up happening. Are we good?
Oh, I'm great. Anyways, you guys, thanks for hanging out again this fabulous Friday night.
Shannon, thank you so much for everything.
Yes,
everyone that gave a super chat, thank you.
Yes. Shannon, for all the memberships and all your help. Mo, thanks for moderating, taking over.
We're going to check on Peter. We'll check on Peter.
We're going to check on Peter.
We will let you know how Peter's doing. All right. And I want to know how Peter's doing because I just haven't heard from him.
Yeah. And thank you to all new people that have watched tonight that are new to the community. I know I saw some of you guys welcoming them already. So that's cool.
Awesome.
Thanks for checking up on us. And I hope that you guys stay safe too out there and have a good week.
Yep.
And and then if I run Joe over in the little car, I'm gonna video it, and then I'll share it.
Yeah,
and it'll be for next Friday.
Yeah, you'll see me get run over. It's perfect. Anyways, guys,
good night.
Many blessings to each and
yes.
every one of you. We'll see you in the
Have a
next
good
one.
one.
Take care. Bye.